What's going on, guys? This is Matt Horner from Sports Mockery, welcoming all of you back here to the Wager Sphere to bet on NFL Week 14. Now, there's going to be a separate article and there's going to be a separate video on the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans because I know you are just burning to bet on the Bears games. I mean, just you love it, right? You just love the Bears. They're so great. But more on that in the other article and the other video here on the website. Today, we're giving you my best bets for week 14, regardless of which teams it is. I will go through the games that I feel we have an advantage on and the games that I feel you should take advantage of. But before we get started, before we get into this amazing slate of games, which I actually have a lot of favorites this week, 4 bets I like, 3 of them are favorites. So before I get into that, I just want to tell all of you about our friends at DraftKings. DraftKings is offering each and every one of you, when you sign up on their website, up to $1,000 in bonus cash just for signing up on their website. I mean, that's a fantastic deal, right? I've been telling you guys about this in every single video. You know why I do that? Number one, it's a fantastic deal, okay, that you all should take advantage of. So when you deposit a minimum of $5 into your account, if you're a novice bettor, if you're somebody who's just getting into this, you're just watching this video, you're a first-time bettor, go to DraftKings, link in the description box below, deposit $5, minimum of just a $5 bill, opt in to the up to $1,000 deposit bonus. You'll get 20% back of whatever you deposit into your account. So you put $5 in, you get a free buck. Use that $6 to bet on the games I'm about to talk about here. Use that $6 to, God save your soul, bet on the Chicago Bears. Do what you feel like. It can be used for anything you want on the site. So if you're an experienced bettor, if you want that maximum $1,000 in free cash, you can put $5,000 in there. You put $5,000 in there. 20% of $5,000 is $1,000. That's your $1,000 deposit bonus. You get $1,000 free dollars to bet on your account. If you're a professional gambler and you don't have a DraftKings account, I don't know what to tell you, but guess what? If you don't, there you go. Put the money down. Get the money back. Be a winner. Get free money. That's what we all want. That's why we're here, to win and get free money. We love it. We're D-Gens. Here in the Wager Sphere, that's what we do. So with that, let us go in to NFL Week 14. My personal best bets. All these are official plays by me. All of these I have put actual money into. And I'm going to share it with all of you. So to start out, we're going to talk about Green Bay and Detroit. 2 division rivals of our beloved Chicago Bears squaring off this weekend. Green Bay at the Detroit Lions. The spread, Green Bay minus 7.5. Detroit plus 7.5. So in this game, there is no way you can convince me to take the Lions. There's no way. Okay. They are probably sneaky. A lot of people overrate the Lions defense. Like, they actually think this defense is like semi decent. They don't think it's good, but they don't think it's like terrible. It's one of the worst defenses in the league. They just give up boatloads of yards. And mind you, last week against Mitch Trubisky and our offense in a rainstorm, they gave up 30 points. What do you think they're going to do in a dome atmosphere in perfect scoring conditions against the Packers offense with Aaron Rodgers? I don't see how Green Bay doesn't score on every single drive. Like, every single drive, every single time they touch the ball, Green Bay is going to score a touchdown. Like, I don't see how they don't score in this game. I don't think the Lions can keep up because when the Lions are without Kenny Golladay, they tend to just be kind of crap. Their schedule the past few weeks has been favorable for them with weaker opponents. And I think without Kenny Golladay, it's really going to show for them in this game against a much more elite competition in the Packers. So I'm willing to lay the 7.5 with Green Bay. I think this game should be more like a double-digit favorite, honestly. I think Green Bay is going to roll them personally. So for this game, my official play Green Bay minus 7.5 against Detroit. On to the next game. Next, we've got the Tennessee Titans traveling to Jacksonville to take on their AFC South division opponent, the Jaguars. Now, the Jaguars are bad. They are 1-11, right? But recently, Mike Glennon, yes, that Mike Glennon, has given all of the NFL fan base hope that the Jaguars are going to win more games. People look at the Jaguars and say, wow, they've kept these games close. Mike Glennon has actually been a serviceable quarterback. How is this happening? Well, in this game, he may still be serviceable, but Tennessee is going to run rampant on this Jacksonville defense. If you remember in week 2 of this season, this was a shootout, right? You had Gardner Minshew and you had Ryan Tannehill, and they just absolutely scored a billion points. It was 33-30. Tennessee wins by 3 points, right? They scored 33 points on this defense in week 2. And mind you, since then, Jacksonville has lost half of its defense to injury, to trades, to everything else. They've lost everybody, half of their players since that week 2 game. So to me, Derrick Henry is going to absolutely crush Jacksonville. A.J. Brown is going to rip them. And Corey Davis, sneaky. I think he's going to have quite a bit of yards as well. And this is similar to the game I just mentioned, Green Bay. How is Tennessee not going to score every single time they touch the ball in this game? I think they score every single possession against this absolutely woeful Jaguars defense. I think the Jags can score as well, but I don't think they can come near what Tennessee is about to put a hurting on Jacksonville's defense. So I will lay it with the Tennessee Titans minus 7.5 against their rival, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Official play by me, Tennessee minus 7.5 at Jacksonville. On to the next game, where I'm taking another very large road favorite. Very rare for me. Rarely do I actually take large road favorites. It usually doesn't pan out well, typically. But this week I got a lot of them because I think there's just huge mismatches and the number just isn't high enough for me. I think all 3 of these games so Green Bay, Detroit, and Tennessee, Jacksonville, I think they should easily be double-digit favorites, over their opponent. Green Bay should be double digits against Detroit, and Tennessee should be double digits against Jacksonville, and they're not. So that just tells me right there, if I think that is the scenario, I'm going to take those teams since they're not at the number I think they should be. This is another one of those games. Kansas City, only minus 7.5. Some places right now actually have minus 7 against Miami. I think this should be a double-digit game. Look, Miami's getting a ton of credit. They've played well. They're 8-4. People believe in the Miami Dolphins, all right? But this is a step up in class for Miami. Miami hasn't played anything remotely close to how good the Kansas City Chiefs offense is. Okay, the only team that they've played that's even in the realm of Kansas City is the Rams, right? And they beat them because their defense had a field day against Jared Goff, making him turn the ball over a gazillion times, and their special teams had a fantastic game. Their offense did nothing, right? They did absolutely nothing. And they won that game because of defensive touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes is not going to turn the ball over 5 times, right? That's out of the question. That's almost an impossible scenario to happen, is that type of game, right? And Miami's offense did nothing in the game against the Rams. Last week, the Miami offense, 2.5 quarters, put up hardly anything against Cincinnati. Cincinnati is, in my opinion, the worst defense in football. Possibly, Cincinnati is one of the worst defenses over the past 5 years in the NFL. I mean, absolutely atrocious defense. And they did nothing for 2.5 quarters. So why do I think they would do that much better against Kansas City? And why do I think that they can pull within a certain number that's not double digits against Patrick Mahomes? Okay. This is just another level of competition for the Dolphins, and I just don't think they're quite ready for it yet. So in that case, I think Kansas City should be double-digit favorites. They're not. They're -7 in some places. I would take that all day long. -7.5. I would take that as well. So official play by me in this game, Kansas City -7 or -7.5. Either one works for me. Going up against the Miami Dolphins. I'm sorry, Dolphins fans. 8-4, you're having a fantastic season. I grant you that. I do. Good for you. But Kansas City's on another level. So I'll take Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I want to mention that literally all three of these games are fantastic teaser legs, by the way. You can take Green Bay from 7.5 down to 1.5. Tennessee as well, 7.5 down to 1.5. And Kansas City, 7.5 down to 1.5. I think that wins every time. Like Tennessee, Green Bay, and Kansas City, I think for sure are going to win those games. Like, I don't see a scenario where any of them lose the football game. Is it possible they don't cover? Yes. I think they cover. But is it possible they don't cover? Yes. Is it possible one of them loses the game outright? I really don't see that happening. Like, I think all three of these teams definitely win the football games. So if you take them down to 1.5, I think that's a guaranteed win. And you can include this next game in a teaser as well by taking this underdog I'm going with up to 8. And that is Anthony Lynn and the Los Angeles Chargers against the Atlanta Falcons on the road, who are favored in this game, -2 against the Chargers, who are +2. I don't think the Falcons. Now, Julio Jones has been ruled out for this game, so he's not going to play for Atlanta. I don't think the Falcons, without Julio Jones, have any business at all being favorites on the road to anyone in the NFL, especially a team that's as talented. Yes, they have Anthony Lynn as their head coach, but it's as talented as the Los Angeles Chargers. They have a lot of talent on that team, right? Why is Atlanta favored here? Like, they're on the road and they're Atlanta. I think the Chargers should be favored in this game. Like, I don't know why the Falcons are getting this much credit. Julio Jones isn't even playing. I don't understand how this isn't at least a pick. Like, I just don't get that. And for that reason alone, I'm taking the points. Okay, like, I'm taking the +2 with the Chargers here for two teams that are absolutely horrific in the fourth quarter. They just beg you. They beg you to take the lead. Both of them, they just want to give up the lead every time. And, it's basically who can screw up last. Whoever screws up last is going to lose the game, right? So I'm going to take the team that's on the road to screw up last without their best player. So give me the Chargers. I think they're going to win outright. I really do. I think Anthony Lynn gets a win here. Now, of course, that could very well backfire on me. Anytime you take Anthony Lynn ever for any reason to win a football game is very volatile. But I like the Chargers in this game. I think just Atlanta's getting way too much credit here. And I firmly believe the talent of the Chargers in the end, with two teams, they just want to blow the lead. They want to give it away. I think the Chargers pull it out. So official play by me, Los Angeles Chargers +2 and on the money line against the Atlanta Falcons. That is also a game, like I was mentioning, you can tease the Chargers from 2 up to 8. Anthony Lynn plays literally 100% of his games to one possession, with the exception of last week. But this time, Bill Belichick isn't coaching the opposing team, where there's just a monumental coaching mismatch like that. That's not happening this week. You have Raheem Morris on the other sideline. Yeah, he's not that great. So one possession game, probably, very likely, I'd say that both of these teams who love to play ugly one possession games in the fourth quarter and give up leads, I'd say it's going to be a one possession game in the fourth quarter. Tease the Chargers up to 8, and I think that's an automatic winner. You could literally parlay all 4 of these picks right here in a teaser leg together Chargers +8, and the three other teams, Green Bay, Kansas City, and Tennessee, -1.5. And I think that's a winner all day as well. So I'm just going to give you guys a whole ton of winners in this video, and we'll all be better for it on Monday and Sunday night when our pockets are lined with tons of cash because we won money off of teams that should definitely be favorites by double digits. And we won money off the fact that the Atlanta Falcons are favorites on the road without their best player. So those are my official plays this week, guys. Make sure you take advantage of DraftKings offer up to $1,000 deposit bonus link in the description box below. Go get your free money and bet on these games. Put them in those teaser legs like that. Like they're like almost certain to win. Like I really firmly believe they all win. So go to DraftKings, link in the description box, sign up, get your free money, and bet on these games and win cash. We love it. That's what we do here in the Wager Sphere. So I will see all of you in the next article, and I will see all of you in the next video. Have a fantastic week, guys. Have a fantastic day, and let's win some cash. See you, folks.